We're for real sitting down with Soul Writer for this workshop style type vlog today. I'm doing so many signings that I'm not even sure what to take with me from time to time without having to remake a checklist. So now that I've made a couple of checklists, let's go ahead and make one together that is actually worth using, and I've included a link for it in the description box below. What was the method to my madness? Let's get a little bit goofy, jam it out, and find out. Hey there, everybody. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Alongside the raw healing stories, my characters in the Myrna Annals weave throughout time and space. I help other soul bards such as yourselves keep your sanity on track, including when you start getting into doing in-person events, such as book signings of all kinds at any kind of location, vendor shows, Comic-Cons, and more. What am I doing to plan ahead? I'm literally going to go ahead, I'm going to build this in Microsoft Word, but in the description box below, the final product is there as a copyable Google Doc for you to go ahead and use it as a base for building your own checklist to fill similar needs. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you all my method to my madness and let you all have it on the product to use as your ground up. Did I do my research? Boy, did I. I looked at a bunch of other kind of con checklists for authors, or convention checklists for authors, I should say. And that really was my guiding light to some of my decisions. Now, I have decided to do a couple of different bins. We're talking like 33-gallon to 50-gallon bins. I could carry it by myself. I would much prefer to take a cart on wheels if it's available. But if need be, me and another person could carry them one at a time if they're completely weighted down to the brim with whatever they can hold. So with that mindset, I'm going to go ahead and start building my checklist. And I want to go in and actually use the bulleted list circle thingy. That's a technical term. Yes, it is. As my item there to keep us on track. So that way I can actually check off every time I go through this digitally or physically should I print it. So in container 1, I call mine JOM1, Jenna O'Malley 1, JOM2. You see why I did that? And And besides, if you're a fan of meditation and yoga, it puts the power of Om in everything, just a little bit more. So let's go ahead then in my first container. This is my books supply container. So I would have copies of book 1. And I see the error in my size choicing big time. Let's go to 24. Yes. Nope. Even better. Power I like. 28. Number 28 is a fun number. Look it up if you don't know numerology. Anyway, copies of book 1, copies of book 2. I also keep business cards, business card holder, and then book-related stickers. How do I want to word this? Because I have 2 different types of book-related stickers, and they both actually would count. There's these that are stickers of things that have book 1's cover on it, and then there's like book nerd, book reader, book lover stickers I have that I bought in bulk that I give out for free too. So book 1 stickers. Stickers, book 1. Here we go. We'll follow my patterning from above. Stickers, book 1. Stickers. I think I'll just say general book stickers. I actually have a third container technically because I have mug merch. But anyway, we'll get to that later. General book related. And then bookmarks, because I have those. And I have ones that are of book 1. I also have bookmarks, and they are like reading list. They're like a blank reading list where people can put the title and the rating they gave it. So that's that. I also have character cards. At current, I have Ian and character cards Neftiri. And all these are paper-based things that literally, if I were to get a little shoebox, they would fit inside of a shoebox for everything that's literally beneath the books. You see where I could literally just sandwich the shoebox in between the books or on top of in that box, so all my paper goods stay together. That's my thought process here. Then this second one is more like an administrative catch-all is what I treat it like. This is where I keep my tablecloth and table scape items. And you know this is a single word. You've designed enough events in the past. Good Lord, have I? Anyway, table scape items. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do another little indent. Whoops. Yeah. Here on the table scape items, because for me, this includes I have like little picture frame book prop holders. So book shelf slash book holder. I guess that's what I'll call them for now. Because some of you might have like an actual flat shelf. You see why I'm trying to go with that so they'll sit upright. Also here I have lights because I will take Christmas lights and put them around the bottom of the table where no one will trip on them. But it gives my table some cool underlighting. Also, what I'm going to go ahead and do here under tablescape items would be, I also like to give away free candy. I'd rather keep it in here, not in with my paper-based goods. You see why, in case a rogue piece of candy gets melty. And Dollar Tree for that, seriously. Get the church candy that your grandma or auntie kept in her purse, and you will get people coming to your table to start a conversation just to get the candy. Kid you not. It worked at Comic-Con. Big time. And it only cost me like $2. Also, this is where you would put any bookmark holders. I have a little container that it's meant for like holding pens and organizing pens on your desk. It has one big well and two half wells on the other side. You can pick it up. I've been using that as my bookmark, like holding those items for me to bag up as freebies that I'm not necessarily putting out on display. So any other display stands will be appropriate to note here. Yes, I'll make the text smaller. My eyes are bad. Your copy will have smaller text. It's okay. Anywho, also, this is where you would put any other table decorations. And for me, I like to do a little bit of a seasonal theme. If I'm doing a Christmas vendor show, I'm going to put Christmas stuff out. I'm that person. So, as I glance across the way and look, oh, this would be a good place since you have your lights there as well. Any related cashiering devices. This would be like your Square reader, or if you have one through Stripe or PayPal or whatever. Those little things that we literally can bop into the bottom of our phone all the way entirely to a complete handheld or tablet or whatever. Anything that is related to that device, put all the components to it into a shoebox with the directions. You can get these little shoe boxes. They're a little tote with a lid that you can get at the Dollar Tree for about $1 or so. And they would hold, not including boots or bulky sneakers, they would hold a pair of shoes, supposedly. So you need something about that size just to make sure all of your wiring is together. Another thing I would highly suggest, extra charging cords. Put those in their own container. I have this little zipper pouch travel pack that all it is extra whatever bonus cords I've accumulated over the years of being a tech nerd. And you can bet I have 3 or 4 different types of chargers in there. And I just stash one of every new type of charger if I get it as a freebie in there, because I never know if I'm going to need one for something when I'm out. I've taken this thing on vacations, and now I take it to vendor shows. Always take extra cords. Also, notice this is going to start getting like it's got a lot of light stuff in here. I would say any protected promotional materials could go in here, i.e., photo frame stuff. I have some stuff that are scannable QR codes. You might want to keep a folder of QR codes that you might have used that you can swap out into those frames depending on what you're using them for. What was the last item I wanted to put here? Oh, also make sure you're taking paper towels and 2 empty trash bags, big ones, like the biggest you can get your hands on. You might need them. I found myself the second day popping a set of that in my car just in case. And I will be putting it in one of my containers because you're going to be eating, drinking, people are going to be walking by with food and stuff. You are going to possibly need to do an SOS cleanup. Now, I said down here in this last one, for me, this is my miscellaneous merch. For me, this includes mugs. It will eventually include t-shirts, character cards, character art. I also will eventually be doing, if you do candles, I plan on eventually making wax melts as part of my business for my readers that are geared towards each of my books and scent. I got hooked on a new hobby and I'm going to monetize it. Thank you, Sako. Anyway, and then what was the other thing I had over there? Oh, this is also additional room for odds and ends that did not fit in my second container. So this is like my overflow container. And this one, this third container, ended up being the one that I would take home at night if I needed to take anything to and from. So, because most of this stuff ended up covered up. And heads up, this seems to be like convention security 101, the ultimate symbol of don't mess with my stuff from way ancient times of running the ye old town market still abides. If everything's covered and you get caught red-handed touching it, your hand might be red for getting caught. Anyway, so be it as it may, make sure you have blankets and sheets to cover your table. If needed, I would just keep those in your vehicle. And then, do you need to bring a table and do you need to bring chairs? Because not all places offer both as part of your vendor fee or setup fee or whatever if you're doing those. Also, in here, in the third container, you could put any additional things that you would need for like your own personal needs. So a first aid kit would be appropriate to put in here, in my opinion. Something that you might have to refill later and take home. You get what I mean? Also, I would venture to say pack a cooler. And I'm going to just do a ... with the cooler and put water and food to start you off. You fill it out as you need, because convention food is expensive. Not every convention or vendor show is going to be kind to let vendors give one another discounts on food in that way. Con sickness, like camp sickness, is a thing. It doesn't necessarily hit you until you're home, but when it hits, it hurts. I learned my lesson the hard way. And anything you might need to switch around, do it. Now, when I do just book signings, I'm going to go ahead and make this smaller, size 12 for us. When I go and do just book signings at a local bookstore, I take bin one. I will take bin one and maybe bin two, depending on whether or not the store has a ton of stuff going on. Like when I did second in Charles just yesterday, actually, I took just bin one with me. It's all I needed, and my table and my tablecloth. I didn't take everything. Why? They were having a huge Funko sale. Everyone was there to see other stuff, not just me. So I didn't have a 6 by 6 foot space to set up in. And I accommodated for that in what I took. So go ahead and you're welcome to use my starter as your starter. Will this probably change over time? It better, because I plan to get better, just like I know you will. And as always, take care of yourself. You've been worth it from the beginning. Dang it. See you in the next one.
Thank you to our lovelies on Ream Stories over at Amaranth's Library and the Myrna Private Collection. Whether you're a human ally, sunwalker, bard, songweaver, merry misfit, or more, thank you for subscribing to our ranks. We thank you for all you do to support us. Want to join our endeavors? Head over to reamstories.com/Myrna Private Collection. That's reamstories.com/MERNA Private Collection, all one word, where you can access all of my books and more long before they are available at retailers and vendors. Hope to hang out with you there soon.